Hi, my name's Isaac and I became a Christian 6 years ago when I was 10 years old. I'd been to church all my life, but on one Sunday I answered God's call and put my trust in Jesus for myself. I started to have my own personal relationship with God. I had no idea what would happen to me in the next few years of my life. You kind of hear about suffering in the Bible and from other Christians, but you never really think that it would happen to you. When I was 13, I started to feel quite ill. It was the beginning of year 9. I was just starting my GCSEs when I started to get really tired. I noticed that I didn't have enough energy to walk very far or do anything at all. My appetite disappeared, and any food that I did eat, I struggled to not throw up. I spent most of that year at home being sick or sleeping. I visited my local doctor's surgery many times and eventually got referred to hospital, where I had an absolutely huge number of tests and appointments. The care I had was absolutely amazing, but they could only tell me what wasn't wrong with me. I started to get really fed up of just getting iller and iller with nobody really being able to do anything about it at all. This carried on for what seemed like forever. Feeling sick all the time just started to feel normal to me. It carried on like this until eventually I had a stroke. If you don't know, a stroke's a bit like a heart attack in your brain. A little bit of your brain tissue dies and you stop being able to do normal things. I couldn't speak, I couldn't move the right side of my body, and even though I sort of knew what was going on, I couldn't really communicate with anybody. I remember one time a doctor came up to me and showed me a pen and said, "What's this called?" And I was just completely unable to give him an answer. I was absolutely terrified. Another year or so passed with many more visits to hospital and lots of complications, but eventually I got better. I was able to return to school and got on with life again. I can thank God that I'm now completely recovered. All throughout my illness, I can really honestly remember feeling that I was safe. I remember a feeling almost like being held by God. In Psalm 17, the Bible says that we can pray for God to keep us in the shadow of his wings, and I can say that he really does. If I'm honest, back then my faith wasn't the strongest or the biggest part of my life, but by going through that experience, God showed me that he was real, that he cared about me and that he cared for me. I remember the night I was sent home from hospital after I'd got better, just crying out to him. He'd shown me how precious life is, and I realized through my own experience of suffering that his free gift of a relationship with him was what I needed to put at the center of my life. I would never choose to go through what I suffered, but the many ways that God has used this experience to grow my faith and to change me for the better is one of the most amazing things that's ever happened to me. I can truly say that God's love is real and that he really cares for those who trust in him.